Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pause Resume show. This is episode 1, and I am here with the man who is fantastic at Rocket League, Alex Odie.
Yeah. Evening.
And Mr. Magic Moments himself, Joe Simons.
Hello.
How are we both today?
Yeah, doing right today.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's episode 1.
Yeah.
How are we feeling?
I'm excited.
Psyched, ready to go.
I'm fucking tired already. Sore throat. I'm moaning already. Starters, you mean to go on and all that. So, just as a kind of a light-hearted start, we'll have a chat about games that we're casually addicted to.
Yeah. Rocket League is probably my addiction right now, I would say. Ever since you bastards.
The incident.
Yeah, I was doing really well on not playing this game, and Luke had played it for some time, and I know you were playing it as well, so it's not like I hadn't seen it. But I was like, nah, doesn't look like my kind of thing. Football, meh. But then I started playing it, and yeah, very addicting.
I'm at the point now where I have to stop myself from playing Rocket League. It's getting really crazy. I spent 5 hours the other day playing Rocket League straight.
The problem is, it's at the end of the game, it's just one more.
It is.
And that is the key to Rocket League, is that one more, and
it's just rewarding enough to keep you going.
yeah.
You can never end on a defeat.
Yeah.
That's the trouble.
It's terrible. I conceded a goal, I think it was 2-2 today. And we conceded a goal after the time had run out.
Oh, really?
There's nothing more depressing than that.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Literally, so frustrating. So yeah, what are you guys playing then? Rocket League, apart from Rocket League.
Apart from Rocket League,
Everyone's playing Rocket League.
I'm still playing Until Dawn. I don't know how far. I think I've got 4 or 5 hours left until Dawn, which I guess is how many chapters are going to be left. So I'm getting through that game.
What chapter are you on?
I don't actually know.
Something.
Yeah, and it's all kind of blended together. The loss of people that I've suffered is worse than the.
That's when you know you're getting far in Until Dawn, because people start dying.
Yeah. I've had a few deaths, to say the least.
Classic horror story.
Yeah. And besides that, for me, a bit of League of Legends here and there. That's probably about it at the moment.
We should probably get some esports content for the site, actually.
Yeah.
Apparently that stuff's popular, so
Yeah.
But we'll see. Joe.
What am I doing?
What are you
I'm
doing?
still playing not Fallout. I did start playing Fallout again actually yesterday. I decided to go for what was the hardest mode? Survival or something like that.
I don't know.
Because it used to be hardcore, but it's not anymore.
It was hardcore in New Vegas.
Yeah.
Because there was a trophy for it.
Yeah.
It was like survivalist or
I
something like that.
I didn't notice the difference between hardcore and like hard, but anyway.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give it a go because I'd give it some stick last podcast, Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
So, yeah.
Sick.
I literally just started though, so I'm not very far. I've been playing some more Tomb Raider as well.
I thought you were going to say Splatoon then for some
No.
reason.
No, optimistic there.
How was too
Yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I still haven't got very far again. I keep getting distracted doing challenge dooms and stuff, so the story hasn't moved on very much.
Sounds like you're kind of into that.
I am, yeah. I haven't played it much, but when I do play it, I do enjoy it. And the other game, I guess, I'm playing a lot of time into is World of Warships.
Still.
It's what?
World of Warships.
What on earth? I've heard of
It's a World of Tanks, but like big ships.
warships.
Yeah. So,
What's next?
well, they've already released World of Air.
World of Is it World of Planes?
I don't know what it. Yeah, that makes more sense than Air, I guess.
I like World of Air there. That sounds interesting. That's a game I'd play.
I just think of Nike Airs and Michael Jordan. World of Spaceships could be next.
That'd be good as well.
That would be pretty good. Yeah, I'd be down for that.
No, I can't think of anything else. That'll do. So is that any good?
I like it.
What is it? Because I have no idea.
For the audiences who've never heard of World of Warships.
I sit down on a Saturday, I watch Sky Sports with Jess Stelling.
Yeah.
It's just the football scores are coming through. He says, we're going to go to a quick ad break. There's always advert for this Tanks game.
Yeah.
What is it?
You just basically I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little battle arena for
Tanks.
no, not tanks, warships.
Oh yeah, because you're not playing tanks, are you? You're playing warships.
So there's like 4 classes. You got your aircraft carrier,
So
destroyer, cruiser, and battleships.
is it like Assassin's Creed, Pirates?
Nothing like that.
Is it not? Okay.
It's a
Because I hate
how do I
that.
describe it?
It's quite a slow pace.
slow pace kind of. You make your shot count, so you fire your big guns, then
I suppose it's quite like a realistic sort of feeling one. I guess.
It's more of a sim than well, loosely. I don't know how accurate it is.
Yeah. Who
The
knows?
Sims Warships Edition. I don't know. There we go. So I continued to try and play Bloodborne.
Where are you up to now?
The same bit.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know what's going on or what I'm doing.
You didn't find the shortcut yet.
I don't know. I went down some stairs. I went in his house. It was kind of dark. There was a guy in there. I don't know. Maybe it was his house.
You find your way back to the first bonfire and you open a gate.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
And then you've
not
unlocked
going
the
that
shortcut.
way.
Okay.
Okay, no.
If you went to a spooky house,
Oh, wait.
you were on the way.
No, I ended up like underground in some sewage system.
Oh yeah, you went the wrong way.
Yeah, so that's like the next.
Okay, this makes sense now to me because I'm going through it every time. I go down the little road, kill this guy in zone, and there's this group and this group, and then there's a large group of about 20 guys and a wolf at the end or something.
Mm.
And I go through there, and there's the guy who looks like he's an extra from some Disney film or something with the hunchback.
Yeah.
I kill him. You go up these other stairs, and there's these two bigger wolves and these two guys
Yeah.
and a guy shooting. Destroy all them every time. And then you go on the bridge, and it's just loads of hard shit. And it's got to the point where I kill most of them, and it's fine, but I die somewhere around there.
Is that the bridge where
There's a lot.
there's a few people on it and they roll down a couple of barrels or something? Or is that...
Is there
No.
is there a foggy wall at the end of it?
I don't think I've ever got to the end of it. There's like two big black things, and then right at the far end there's another group of people, and then beyond him
Okay,
there's
so-
another hunchback.
Yeah, so I think that is the bridge to the first boss. But you need to unlock the shortcut, so you're going to have to run through all of that.
Where is the shortcut?
I feel like I explained it pretty well. It's
You
when you roll through
probably
them barrels and you fall down a little bit. Have you been there?
I've not fallen down.
That's what you got to look for. It's really kind of out of place, but basically you want to destroy all barrels if you can, and eventually you'll
Yeah.
see one that goes down, and that's the shortcut. And then it'll
Wait.
make sense once you see it.
It's after that first corridor with like the 20 guys. You go through where the big gate is. With the
We'll
hunchback
see.
guy.
We'll see. The hunchback, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Well, I'm at the point where it's like, I stick with it or I just don't. So I'll probably try it again for another couple of hours, maybe tonight, and then it'll be yes or no.
Yeah.
That'll
Fine.
One final go.
that'll be it with me and Bloodborne because I really want to like it
Yeah.
even more so than Witcher,
Mm.
but I don't know. Combat's alright.
Yeah, the combat's much better from the older sort of
Yeah.
Dark Souls. Like, that's why I think Dark Souls 3 will really be something.
It's a better entry than Dark Souls would be.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I thought I'd pick this one up.
So I feel like Dark Souls will definitely appeal.
If they combine the two,
Yeah.
pretty,
Definitely. And they're bringing back the magic as well, which would be quite cool. Magic was always shit.
Is there no
Dark
magic
Souls.
in Bloodborne?
There is like arcane, which I tried to do it, but it's weird. I never really understood how you do it. And there's like blood tinge, which is your gun,
Yeah.
but I think that's really it. Whereas more in Dark Souls, you kind of got the faith and the actual miracle side of things, so that was pretty clear.
I don't know. I mean, I would like to like it because I mean, so many people do love that game and that series, I guess. But
Yeah,
I don't. I think Dark Souls is probably a bit too hardcore for me.
yeah.
But Bloodborne seems alright. But we'll see. We'll come back and
I
see
reckon
if I got any
I
further.
reckon if you get past the first few bosses, you'll start to roll a bit. That's kind of what I found. So once you get going and you get a bit of momentum, it goes well.
you need to play it here so we can get you past the first bit.
Yeah.
Just guide you through it.
Yeah, that's true. I might have to bring it over.
Well, I'll just
but
turn it on and show you where this shortcut is.
this is. Yeah, we might have to do that.
Yeah.
We might have to do that because I feel like if I can get, it's now or never. There's no games I'm playing really at the minute apart from
Yeah.
Rocket League. So before
give it a go for when anything comes out.
before like Firewatch or Street Fighter or whatever comes out in a couple of weeks, this is it. This is it.
Make
But
or
let's
break.
am I playing anything else? No, just stuff for the site really. But
Yeah.
never mind. Anyway, so move on. What we're going to do is the Pause Resume show is at present going to be a quarterly podcast. So every sort of 3 months, we're going to come in, record quite a lengthy sort of show, and we'll have 4 topics that will look back at the previous quarter in video games. I think we're also planning to have sort of a TV and film podcast.
Yeah.
You know, we might fit in between that, so maybe a podcast once every 6 weeks, but site's not even launched yet as we sit here. So when it gets launched, things will start falling into place. But as for the Pause Resume show, video game style anyway, 4 topics, and the topics for today to look back on the last quarter. So it will be what we're looking back on, sort of September, October to the end of 2015, and a little bit of 2016 as well. 4 topics are Game of the Year and awards for video games in general. Kojima and Konami. Fallout 4. And the winding down of the Wii U. Where do you want to start first?
I reckon we could probably rattle off Game of the Year because that will probably still be quite fresh for us as well. Rattle that first, and then we'll.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, obviously we had our sort of Game of the Year chat. Metal Gear Solid 5 won our Game of the Year award, but it is, 2015 was a very strong year. But obviously it wasn't the only game that won awards from other publications. The Witcher 3 somehow has won loads. I have no idea how, but Bloodborne has also won a lot. And what other game am I forgetting? Rocket League's won some. I think they're kind of the main sort of four.
Yeah.
And Super Mario Maker.
Did you mention Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bloodborne was robbed. Never. So they're sort of the main 5 games. But I mean, are Game of the Year and like awards important now? Because everyone seems to think so, in terms of sites anyway. I think The Witcher 3 at last count was at just over 200
I like they went back.
wins.
Well, the actual show that we're talking about, or the
We're
general.
we're talking about in general. Like obviously you had the Game Awards, which is Jeff Keighley's
Yeah.
Doritos filled advert extravaganza. It's kind of all of it, from GameSpot's Game of the Year to ours to Mr. Smith and his blogs. How do we feel?
I always quite like them personally. I mean, I think it gives the games recognition in some sort of form, even if it's just like a little site like ourselves sort of saying, this is our Game of the Year. And what I like about it is every site will generally have a similar list, but will be very varied as well. Like what they consider like the best game of the year, and it's always more interesting to see just how the general public sort of take to different games and all that kind of stuff, really. But I mean, I like to recognise the companies that I think have developed the best games, really.
Yeah. No, I kind of think that's sort of what the awards should be. But in a way, like Joe, you mentioned the Game Awards. Every 10 minutes they went back to, oh, so what do you think of Star Wars, eh? Oh, look, we're playing Star Wars Battlefront behind us. What do you think of that? Oh, it's fantastic, Jeff. I think that is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And in a way, and probably rightly so, I think publishers look at the Game Awards and other sort of videos or Game Awards as an opportunity to push what they're selling, rather than having it as a platform for, look how amazing these guys are and what they made.
Yeah.
Let's take an hour or two to appreciate them.
Yeah, it's strange when I think about it. It's almost like you almost get more of that from E3, of them showing off like this is who they are. Not necessarily like let's congratulate them for what they've done, but more a case of showcasing what they do. And then like you say, when it gets to the award time, it's sell.
You've got a point there, because the developers now do go on stage, don't they?
Yeah,
They have their moment, don't they?
That's their time to shine, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like to really sell it to everyone. And then I guess for them it's like, if the game sells well, that's obviously their goal. At the end of the day, it would be great for them to win all these little game awards, but realistically, they probably don't really care that much. Like obviously they do, but the higher ups are just like, as long as the game's making money, that's what we want, kind of thing.
I mean, how does the whole advertisement thing sit with you guys?
Advertisement in terms of like what kind of advertisement we're talking?
In terms of, like what I said about the Game Awards, like you have that night that's for the awards, and then it's Star Wars Battlefront.
Shoved down your throat.
Yeah, I feel like it's like that for so many things as well. Like it's just constantly shoved down your throat.
I understand you've got to pay for the show and everything, but
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I mean, how would they get their money if they didn't have these adverts? I guess
so they didn't have to be so
shameless.
Yeah.
Although I can't actually remember what else they advertised at that Game Awards thing. Because that was just every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We went back to, what's her name? Justine? Is that her name?
I know who you mean.
Yeah, and it was just so false and fake. But sure...
That's the worst, though, is when it like seems generally fake as well. And it's just kind of like, wow, no trying kind of thing.
I'd much rather have like a 30-second proper advert than a fake interview.
Yeah.
But there we go. I mean, I kind of wanted to bring the Oscars into this chat as well a little bit, because the Oscars is quite well revered, I think, by everyone.
Yeah.
Really. Even
Everyone knows what the Oscars is. Kind of.
Yeah, even Leonardo DiCaprio knows what the Oscars are, unfortunately for him. Although he might win something.
Maybe this year. You never know.
I mean, can video games ever get to a situation where they have something to rival the Oscars? Like, can Jeff Keighley shove his Game Awards as big a thing as the Oscars ever?
Maybe not with Jeff Keighley behind the wheel.
I think they could certainly have their. I mean, obviously, being the Oscars is just so stupidly big, but having their own kind of thing where it's like a truly recognised kind of award show. I mean, especially these days when you think about what goes into game making, so there could be a lot more awards as well. Cause it's not just like there's a team that kind of coded a game. There's you've got actors that are sort of visualising everything and doing not only voiceovers but the
mocap.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff. The side sort of point. Have you seen the video of like Benedict Cumberbatch when he does the mocap for Smaug in The Hobbit?
Yeah.
And it's like things like that. You can. I mean, as sort of games and stuff grow, you'll expect to see more and more of like your Troy Bakers giving these great performances in games and stuff like that. And that kind of recognition would be really cool to see. And I reckon going forward, that kind of stuff can definitely be pushed more.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we're at the stage now where we're starting to get our first sort of celebrities.
Yeah.
Video games like Troy Baker.
Yeah, and you got Kiefer Sutherland made his little debut, in the video game world. And
Didn't say too much.
no.
Well, he's not doing 24 anymore, as soon as they rebooted that. So, did you see what the guy who voiced Snake, David Hayter, what he tweeted about that?
I think you did show us.
Yeah, I
but
can't
couldn't
remember though. No.
He put because obviously Kiefer took his role from Metal Gear, and then David Hayter was like, "Oh, it's such a shame you can't have 24 without Kiefer Sutherland. He's such a refined sort of individual for the series." It's quite funny, kind of like a role reversal. So, imagine if David Hayter now stars in 24. That would be fantastic.
That would be amazing.
That would be hilarious, but it won't do. So yeah, I mean, where do you think awards?
I think the
Go
problem
from
with the
here,
awards that we kind of have at the moment is it's like we've said, it's Jeff with the show. And like when and the thing with the Oscars, when you watch the Oscars, it's not really about selling anything. It's more a case of they are like generally recognising what's already been out for quite a while.
Yeah.
Whereas like you said, when we get the show, it's more like it's awesome to see world premieres of games and stuff. Like it's probably a good time to show them off, but they do shove a lot down you for the gamers. They're just kind of like just feed out of this trough.
It's constant.
I think we had more moments like, not this year, but the year before, was it when it may have been longer than that, when No Man's Sky was announced on the Game of the Year Awards.
Yeah.
On the little televised thing, which was rubbish. But that was like
with
the
that
highlight.
guy who was.
What's his name again? He's been about loads.
He just did not want to be there at all, did he? What's his name?
Oh, I know what you mean. I can't remember his name. I never know his name.
But we all know. We all remember that.
Yeah,
moment.
Yeah. He was just such.
I think more of that kind of thing would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
But where they sit down with the developers rather than having a
Yeah.
fake interview, have like a proper sort of. Okay, what are you showing us? Here's this
Pretty
game I made. Hopefully, it wins an award next year. But yeah, so award shows. In general, are we quite happy with what's going on? Is there too many?
I quite like it. I think it's always good just to see. I mean, everyone's always going to do their own little thing, but I mean, I always like a good award show.
It's easy to read, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a list of good games. Everyone wants to see where theirs stack up, and always leaves a comment in the bottom if they disagree.
Yes, I disagree with a lot of sites for giving The Witcher 3 Game of the Year somehow.
Leave it out.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Never mind. How can you give a Game of the Year award to a game that doesn't play well? Anyway, right. Moving on. 3 topics left. Kojima, Konami, Fallout 4, or the lovely, wonderful winding down of the Wii U. Joe.
Let's go Kojima.
Kojima. And Konami.
Yeah.
We'll let Craig kickstart this.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think of the whole sort of situation? Because this is a long, protracted saga.
Yeah.
Like,
It's been going on a while now, isn't it? Well, it's over now, I guess, but...
Yeah, well, yeah, sort of, I guess. I think it's one of those things where, in years to come, it will come out. Like, once all the sort of non-disclosure agreements are over and or things like that. Maybe Kojima will write a book about it, or someone will. Someone will. But I mean, you can track this back a number of years. I mean, I'm doing some research at the minute for something I'm going to do for the site.
Yeah.
It's like a proper sort of article. And I think this probably goes as far back as 2010. Because if you look back at 2010, 2011, Kojima is at a place in Konami where I don't think he could get much higher. Like, he got the okay to create this Fox engine, which is a lot of money. He creates the Fox engine, gets the go-ahead on new Metal Gear Solid, does all his shit with the Phantom Pain reveal. Oh no, it's not Metal Gear, it's a totally new game. So, that obviously costs money. He then gets the go-ahead to make a new Silent Hill.
Oh yeah.
With Del Toro.
Yeah.
With Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus, yeah.
He's got Kiefer Sutherland for Metal Gear. And this is all happening at the same time.
Kojima
And then-
is just, you can just picture him with his sunglasses on and a big wad of money like flying in the air,
He then releases PT. And then it's like,
Which is free.
he had everything. Like, he literally, I guess, run Konami at that point. And then he just, I don't know, just got his legs chopped off from underneath him.
So when do you reckon it's... Because obviously, let's go to that point then, when you reckon he got his legs just chopped off from underneath him. What caused that? What was the last straw? Like, okay, that's it. Had enough.
All that money we've just been talking about.
See, I don't want to spoil the piece I'm writing too much.
Okay.
But there's a point, I think about a year before PT, that Konami made like their first breakthrough in like mobile games. I made like a crazy amount of money. I can't remember the name of the game. I have it written in this book, but I can't bother to go through it. And I think at that point, Konami were like, hold on a sec, why are we spending so much on Kiefer Sutherland, Norman Reedus, Del Toro, Kojima, when these games that we're putting together for, I don't know, a few $1 million maybe, something like that, are making an extortionate amount of money.
Yeah.
And I think that probably has something to do with it. But the way they handled it was horrendous.
It just seemed petty.
It was crazy.
Like... I don't know.
There was so much hate
Yeah.
in the forums of the gaming internet.
You shouldn't just erase someone's name.
It's their legacy.
Well, Kojima's name is in the game
Yeah.
Oh, it is in the game.
A
lot.
every minute.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, by the way, directed by Hideo Kojima.
Produced by Hideo Kojima.
Don't forget, produced as well.
Played by Hideo Kojima. God, Hideo Kojima. What game? He does have a game where in the credits it says voice of God Hideo Kojima. I can't remember what game it is. It might be 4. But anyway, back to Kojima and Konami. So obviously we then also have the issue of Metal Gear Solid 5 potentially not being finished because of what happened as well. You guys still have not finished Metal Gear Solid 5.
It's coming, chill.
So yet again, cannot divulge any information about that anything.
Yeah.
But when you finish Act 2, there is a bit where you think, and where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
Like, there is a moment that comes, and then you start thinking about all the other stuff, and it's not finished. And then you go and watch episode 51, which Konami released in the special edition of Metal Gear, and you see the intended final cutscene, and you're like, that would have been fucking epic.
Yeah.
Like, so epic.
So why wasn't that like...
It must have been Konami.
They were just like, no.
They must have been, look, dude, you've had 6 years to build your engine,
Yeah.
build this game, ship it. They literally must have just been, ship it. It
Yeah.
goes. And I can only imagine that Kojima and his team were just, okay, we'll cut that, chop that in, stick that there, go.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Because that game, I know it won our Game of the Year and it got praise everywhere else, is so close to being probably the greatest game of all time.
Yeah.
Definitely up there.
Yeah.
Like without doubt. I think at the minute, like for me, it's one of the greatest games I've ever played.
It's kind of like
But
it
it's
was...
so close.
When you
to-
play through it, it's like an upward spiral, right? And it just keeps going up and up and up, and then suddenly it's just like...
something
just stops, and then...
Yeah, something just happens. But I mean, it's so close to being up there with Ocarina of Time, Half-Life, Football Manager.
Have you played Half-Life?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've played Half-Life 1.
Well, back when it originally came out?
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
I had an old school PC. I played that. The Sims, and Championship Manager. That
Championship
was
Manager.
the PC golden age. I played the good stuff.
Didn't even play Age of Empires.
Nope. Played the good stuff. Do you know what? I was in IT class once, and some girl randomly tried to give me that to play it. I was like, I don't want to play this shit.
What?
I don't want to play this shit.
Blasphemy.
So me and my mates went and played Championship Manager instead. It was like an after school IT class. I don't know. We were waiting around for something, but anyway.
I
Yeah.
think in my days of that, we used to play Sim Tower. That was what we used to do in IT
What?
class. Sim Tower.
What is that?
It's like Sim City, but you build a
Towers.
you build like a hotel basically.
Okay.
It was a good little game. It was the good old days.
Back to Kojima.
We digress.
We digress massively because Konami are building towers of Kojima's money, Kojima's corpses. No, yeah. So, you know, is there any part of what Konami did that was right to Kojima?
It's hard to say, really.
I mean, like when you just said a minute ago, oh, you've had 6 years to bang this game out and do you. Then it's kind of like, oh, you can see like
Making an engine isn't like a quick process.
yeah.
That's true.
So,
That's wasted now.
yeah. I guess you can't have it now.
No,
And
no,
they're not
you
going to make
can't-
it. I suppose they did say they were going to do more Metal Gear, didn't they?
no. Yeah,
That is what they said.
yeah. That.
Because the rumour was that they weren't going to make it anymore, and then they said that they were.
Yeah, yeah. They are making another Metal Gear game. They're also making Pro Evo games.
How do you feel about another Metal Gear game not with Kojima at the helm?
Well, it's not a Metal Gear game, is it?
Well, mate,
it is
it
not-
says it on the tin. It is what it is, you know.
There isn't another like game franchise that is so like intrinsically like intertwined with its creator than Metal Gear. Metal Gear is Kojima. Kojima is Metal Gear.
Do you know what it's going to do? The next Metal Gear, I'm picturing now. You know, at the start of like every mission in Metal Gear 5, it's you've got directed by Hideo Kojima. And the next one's just going to be like not directed by Hideo Kojima.
Fuck off, Kojima.
Not this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they will go ahead with doing another Metal Gear. To be honest.
It'd be risky.
Yeah, because there's such a backlash.
Yeah.
Such a backlash from the Kojima stuff. And obviously Kojima went on to create his own studio now, also called Kojima Productions.
He was just like, yeah, don't need you.
Yep. And then he ended up on, was it Christmas Eve, I think it was? Sat down on a nice comfy sofa with Andrew House, he's like the head of Sony Worldwide Studios.
He was dressed as Santa and he said, Kojima, I'm going to give you one wish.
And he blasted out his Japanese accent, which is very good, I must say.
Yeah, I was quite surprised at how good that was. I didn't expect it
He's
to happen.
lived in Japan for like years.
So I never knew that.
Yeah. You don't get to the head of like a
Yeah.
Japanese company that's speaking Japanese,
yeah,
you know.
Very true.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, Kojima's making a PS4 exclusive. So is that good for Kojima?
I think so.
Yeah. It's good for me.
Is it good for PlayStation?
Yeah. I don't really see anything wrong with that in any sense, you know.
I feel like he's going to have a lot more freedom to do what he wants at PlayStation.
He's gonna have as much money though.
Yeah. Would he?
I don't know.
I don't know. I reckon they'll just give him like as much as he wants.
Be like, here's this corporate card, it's unlimited.
So
Do as you will.
we know Sony's doing all right, so
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll have as much money, to be honest with you. Because I think there was a time where Kojima literally ran Konami. Like I said earlier. Like literally. I don't know what was going on with the president up top.
The CEO office was just filled with Kojima.
I don't know. Maybe Kojima was knocking on the door and he was like, Mr. President, can I spend this much? The president was like, what deal you want, son? Do what you want. I think Kojima went, okay, fuck you then. See you in 3 years' time. But yeah, no, I think Kojima's a good thing for PlayStation, and it's a good, and what am I trying to say? Kojima is a good thing for PlayStation, and PlayStation is a good thing for Kojima.
Yeah. Have you got any inkling on the kind of game do you reckon they'll do? Do you reckon it'll be another kind of tactical espionage game, or do you reckon it'll try something?
Glad you said that, because we do.
And we do know.
We kind of have an
Have
idea.
you spoke to the man himself?
Oh, I have spoke to Mr. Kojima.
I expect. You can translate the Japanese.
It's difficult to get a hold of.
Craig is our pause resume Japanese specialist. So.
Kojima is currently making Shenmue 4.
Ah.
No. apparently it's going to be it's going to feature mechs.
Okay, I like mechs. I mean,
It's a
That
good start.
we know.
Chrome Hounds 2?
yeah. Oh,
The
mate.
main character might be a female.
All right.
I say might be. He released.
How did you deliberate this?
Could
Craig?
also be male. No.
Could be
Um,
other.
no,
Let's not be too un-PC in here.
They released some sort of character artwork of a female, which is led to believe to be one of the main characters of this new game,
Right.
which has no name.
We should give it a code name for the time being, so we can refer to it as need be.
And that code name is...
I was waiting for you to come I set the question up, mate.
If you turn the Consumer Productions logo sideways, it kind of looks like a chicken.
Alright, there it is. Codename Chicken.
Good name, Chicken.
Should be Project Chicken?
Project
Yeah,
Chicken. I
that's
like
probably
Project-
better, yeah.
Project
Okay.
Chicken sounds more cute.
And if you come to pauseresume.com, we will have more details on Hideo Kojima's latest codename Project Chicken in the coming weeks and months.
Wait for it to catch on now.
It'll be fine. Project Chicken.
Once we get a retweet for Kojima, that's it. We're in, boys.
So, if you're Konami, both of you, right now, just been appointed head of Konami, you need to do the next Metal Gear game. What do you do? Where do you direct the next Metal Gear game? Or
Where would you even start?
or do you just shove it in a pachinko machine and just go, you know what, fuck it, use this, go. Big boss pachinko. Just do it.
Breakfast for Chico. Oh, I just don't know. Like, what I'm trying to think about in my head right now is like the sort of storyline of Metal Gear. Like from what I know, obviously, we talk about Metal Gear Solid 4. Like most current Metal Gear game, isn't it? Is that right?
It depends if you include Rising or not.
Okay, no, it includes Rising because that's a bit like
Are we deleting Rising?
deleted Rising. Rising's deleted.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think. Is there anything else they could do after that Metal Gear Solid 4 point? Maybe like right, solve this big boss stuff. Let's move on. You know, and let's
At the end of 4,
Cause I can't remember 4. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
at the end of 4, Big Boss dies, Eva dies, Ocelot dies. Everyone has pretty much died. Solid Snake is dying.
he's still about though.
Yeah, but he
Ish.
might as well. He'll be dead within like weeks, maybe months. So you have left Otacon, Sunny, the little kid. The other little kid she sees, who turns up in the final cutscene. Raiden is back with his family. Who else is alive?
That's a very good question.
You tell me.
I'm trying to think. Drebin. There's one more. I'm missing someone else. I can't think. So yeah, everyone's pretty much dead.
Okay, right, scrap that. I've got a new idea then. Here it is. I've cracked it.
Okay.
They're going to be like, right, we've done Big Boss, we've done Solid Snake and all that. It's time for Ocelot's story. You play as
But he's
Ocelot.
dead.
No, go back in time. Mate. You go back,
Oh right. Okay.
You go back, way back, whenever, when he's doing all this, you play as Ocelot.
I did like Ocelot.
It was cool.
Like in Metal Gear Solid 3 when he's doing his cat noises.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I like Ocelot. And the bit at the end where he does the what's it called? The duel with Big Boss
Oh, yeah.
in the helicopter. Is it? No. What is it?
I think it was a helicopter. Or some kind of
Something.
helicopter plane.
Biplane.
Yeah. Something.
I don't know.
No, I have no idea. I wouldn't know where to start.
Okay. So
It's-
I mean, I don't know what they'll do with it. If they make a 6, where do you go? Everything's kind of wrapped up. Everything's done.
Just don't know how,
or is it? Dun, 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 dun.
how you recreate like what happens in Kojima's mind. How you would... The stories that it's like so...
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
he's clearly not like the only talented person in
Yeah.
that studio. But Konami probably have a situation where anyone who is vaguely talented is going to Kojima Productions, the new one.
Maybe Konami were like, right, we need to make this money back, so let's make an MMORPG, stick a load of DLC in it, let's milk these boys, and then there you go.
Sorted.
All online Metal Gear Solid now.
Metal Gear Destiny.
There we go.
Sorted.
Metal Gear Destiny.
You just have 100 players in a room
that the
sneaking.
If
Well,
they want to save some money, they can just reuse Metal Gears as the boss for each one with a different skin on, and it's all good.
just have 20 Metal Gear X's.
Yeah, there you go.
Then it's Titanfall.
People will be like, "Where's the diversity?" And they'll be like, "Well, you can have 2."
So there we go. There's that in-depth chat into Kojima and Konami. So for now, we're going to take a little break, and then we'll probably come back with, well, it'll be Fallout 4 with the Wii U thing. So I'm going to try and input a musical interlude into this section. So let me know if you enjoy it or not. And welcome back after that little interlude. We've had our little break. My throat is getting worse as we continue, so hopefully it will keep the course, and we'll see how we go. We've got 2 more topics left before we get on to more strange things that I'll bring to the table. It's Fallout 4 or the winding down of the Wii U. So I think Joe picked last time, so Alex.
Let's do Fallout 4.
Let's do it. We're going in the order
Oh,
that I written this.
well, I
so.
figured winding down with the Wii U, one on the podcast with the Wii U. Well, you know.
Sounds good. So Fallout 4. What happened?
I'll let Joe start.
Well, it was all going so well, you know,
Until
the game and everything. Until I realised I was doing the same thing over and over again, and I was actually pretty bored of it. And then I decided to finish the game, and I hadn't gone back to it until this weekend.
so why was everyone so excited for Fallout 4 and thinking it was literally going to be like the second coming of fucking Jesus? Because that's kind of how it was at E3. Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was very excited when they first announced Fallout 4. I couldn't believe it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, thank God.
I guess because we've been waiting so long.
Yeah.
Each E3, everyone was like, "Oh, they're going to announce a new Fallout,"
Yeah, yeah.
and they never did.
No. And I think I don't think they got a lot right as well. I mean, because when I look at how much I played it, and when I saw Joe's playthrough file yesterday, how many days Joe's played through, I was like, there's a serious amount of time that's been
Wait,
invested.
how many days? We should go around the table.
Was it 1/4? I don't know. It was days. It was hours.
Oh, was I thought yours was like 3 days.
I didn't see days.
Oh, I saw.
I left it on pause a lot as well.
Ah, right,
Like,
okay.
On PS4 it says days.
I don't know. I wouldn't actually know what mine is. I need to check.
My save file was 140 hours.
140 hours.
Yeah,
Oh, that's way more than me.
yeah.
See, I reckon I was probably like 80, 90.
What is it? Mine was like almost 4 days. So it's like 90 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roughly. So Joe, you're the expert then.
I have played it a lot. But yeah, maybe that's why I got bored of it.
I mean, we did put it at 6th on our Game of the Year list. So, I mean, it is a good game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But why it kind of feels like to me that the bounce back off it coming out is there's not many people who were massively impressed by it.
I just felt like there was less of those moments, like the wacky side quests and kind of the things. The dialogue, I think, especially, was a big letdown for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's mods on PC, but they just really show you how bad the options are you get to choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that's a sort of probably the biggest problem, I guess, is that you kind of end up throughout the game, like we said earlier today, that you end up just doing a lot of the stuff over and over and over again. And I guess the thing, what I didn't realise I was doing the same stuff over and over and over again, because I think I was just loving the idea of playing Fallout. I was quite enjoying like my playthrough and everything, and I was truly invested in that game. And it was only when I finished it, when I decided this is going to be when I do the main quests, that I was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm pretty done. After that final mission, I was like, platinum? And that was kind of it. And I guess I just kept, because I think the thing was I left the the final mission for a long time as well. I know you did it pretty quickly, but I was just kind of like, I'm going to save that.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of helped me, because if I would have done it earlier, I feel like I would have just stopped whenever I did that final mission.
I feel like the side missions and like the side content in Fallout 4 just pales in comparison to both New Vegas and 3, and I don't know why.
Yeah, and yeah.
It is a settlement building. And all the quests, all the locations that you're missing because of the settlements.
Yeah.
And the rubbish quests that they give you at them settlements.
Yeah.
Because the quests are pretty much the exact same for each settlement. It's like we said before, it's either go clear this or go find this or this person's been kidnapped or something. But they all do the exact same thing, and there's a load of settlements. So then realistically, if you think about it, all those settlements that have been placed there, you're missing out a load of like maybe a little additional quest or whatever.
It feels less like a wasteland, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I think a lot of my like best time in New Vegas was literally just walking through the desert.
Yeah.
Then getting killed by those stupid mozzies. Whatever they're called. What are they called?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Enemy that flies.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
guys. So annoying.
Yeah, so annoying they were. But I think you're right, actually. In Fallout 4, it does feel a little bit less like a wasteland. Apart from the glowing sea.
That's a cool area, and I appreciate that's there.
And that's off the map as well, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought, because when I first got there, you have to go find, was it Virgil, was that his name?
Yeah.
You have to go find Virgil, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is broken. Like, the curse is out on the map, this can't be right.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool. I mean, did the sort of issues with frame rate, bugs, glitches...
I felt like I had less than normal.
Yeah, I don't think I had, I think I may have one or two crashes near the end of my sort of playthrough, but throughout the start,
3 or 4 for me, I'd say.
I was pretty good.
I mean, I feel I had less crashes. I think I've had one crash actually than like the other Fallouts, but I feel like I had like more bugs and glitches. Like I think I told you guys the other day, I know we're recording a best games video for Fallout 4. Most of the footage I have was just from me recording like glitches and bugs. I have about 20 minutes of a helicopter in a lake with a man stuck to the bottom of him. So it looks like a man with a helicopter for a head is trying to swim.
They're the best kind of bugs.
Yeah, and then I've got one where there's a chair and a gun have attached to each other, and it's just going around. It's like the chair like just has a mind of its own. But I mean, should Bethesda be allowed to get a pass with these things because of the ambition and scope of the game?
I guess, I mean, that's the thing. When you're going to do a game this big, it's always going to have, like, bugs are going to be inevitable because it's just there's going to be something that's missed. Or because of the scale of it, there's going to be something that like overlaps or whatever. It's just...
Do you remember many problems with The Witcher?
I was just about to ask that.
Because that's kind of the only comparison we can make with it, I guess.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I can remember a couple of times when you kill the big monsters. You know, when you've killed them, a couple of times I had where they like bug through the floor a bit. But other than that, it was like pretty minimal.
I mean, do you think The Witcher... I mean, I don't like Witcher 3.
We're aware.
But, just to make it clear.
Just in case.
It's not I hate it, but I don't get why everyone loves it. But anyway, I'll stop sidetracking. But do you think because that has come out and a lot of people have loved that game and appreciate what it does this year, that it's kind of showing up Bethesda a little bit?
Yeah,
because of
I
that?
do.
I think from the story side...
Yeah, because I mean, you know what we were saying about this whole settlement thing? In Witcher, I feel like Witcher... I don't know what it's like in terms of like the map scale. I don't know what it's like in comparison to Fallout, but I feel like it's a ton bigger.
It's massive.
Like, you know, and each little place you go to, the quests again feel very different. You get some really unique sort of things in there, and they are like much more interesting. And from that, you get much more interesting dialogue as well because of the sort of.
There's a lot more side quests as well in The Witcher.
So many side quests.
So I've done like 40 hours in The Witcher, but I feel like I've played a full game. Whereas in Fallout, I know I've put like 80, 90 hours into it, but I can recall more moments from The Witcher than Fallout.
I almost felt like there was something missing from like I said, when I finished Fallout, I felt like there was something missing. I was just a bit like...
It's not quite how I wanted this to end.
Yeah, I was just kind of like... I think, you know what I think the big problem for me in Fallout, well, it wasn't a big problem, but where it went a bit weird was when you get... Obviously, at the start of Fallout, your mission is to find your son.
Yep.
That is your sole purpose kind of thing. But then after playing for 30, 40 hours, you almost feel like that goal's gone. Like you kind of forget.
Yeah.
And then when you finally do reveal,
It's not quite as epic as it's meant to be.
yeah, you kind of get to that point, and I feel like it's just a bit like, okay, so now what? Now I'm just suddenly completely okay with everything, and I'm just going to be living in this kind of, this is the world I live in now, and I'm
Yep.
stuck with it. And you just kind of like accept it. And it's just a bit, I don't know. Because I remember when it first happened to me, when you first see him, and it's like, oh, I'm your son. I was a bit like, what? And I was like, hold on a second. And that was like an interesting twist and all, but I just felt like I went flat after there.
Yeah.
Because and all it is these people, these, what are they called? The four factions, essentially. 3, 4? There are 4.
Four?
There's 4.
I just feel like all it is after that point is the four
Well,
factions
if
are
you call the
convincing
railroad
you.
a faction, I don't know. Anyway.
But yeah, I just feel like those 4 factions are pretty much convincing you to sort of side with them, and that becomes your story. And that's why I guess it just fell flat, because it's kind of like their only goal is to kill each other. That is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not really
There wasn't one that was like, oh yeah, we're working towards something other than just eliminating.
Well, that's why I wanted to be the Minutemen.
Because you feel like they would do something
Because they would
different.
be the ones that would be best for the wasteland.
Yeah. See,
But-
I think the thing with the Minutemen is I found that like the quest became boring because they were the ones, just the settlement quests, weren't they?
They're only like
a settlement needs your help.
Yeah, and
There's
it's
only
like,
like 3 or
in
4
the
unique
shock
quests
horror.
you can get from them.
Yeah, and that's
Actual
what,
story missions.
I feel like the Minutemen was never really an option because.
yes, I
like,
didn't even know it was until you told me. Like,
That's
I
the thing,
didn't-
like, it wasn't even obvious. It was
Yeah.
probably the worst ending, I thought.
Yeah.
I bought I got like Fallout 4 guidebooks. I always buy them, to be honest with you. And I never knew till I read in there that the Minutemen was a genuine sort of option. I thought it was
Yeah.
Institute, Brotherhood, or those shitty railroad
Yeah.
people.
and especially because like with the Minutemen, they don't have like a home base, do they? It's pretty much Sanctuary becomes
It's your settlement.
like yeah,
It's wherever you put Preston.
exactly, yeah, exactly.
They just bugs you constantly.
So then you don't really ever have a place where you feel like, oh yeah, this is home base. Obviously, you get the castle, which is kind of like, oh yeah, it could be nice, but
That's where there's like a mission where you got to defend against waves.
yeah.
Of,
But it's certainly not
Institute.
like when you like even the railroad. We all agree that the railroad are crap, but you
Yeah.
know, when you go to the railroad, they
I
have their
went
own.
pretty far, railroad. There's some pretty interesting quests.
The best thing about Fallout 4
Murphy
is
railroad.
literally when I went into the railroad and just destroyed
Yeah.
all of them. Every
Yeah.
single one of them.
Do you know what confused me though? Is why I wasn't allowed to take all the loot afterwards. It was like class of stealing. I was like, they're dead now. It's mine.
Just take it.
Yeah. Well, I did obviously. but-
Okay.
Oh, I just
I
wasn't
thought
happy
you
with it.
didn't take it.
I just wasn't happy they were trying to tell me I'm stealing it.
I killed them, but I will not steal your bomb.
You have to join up first, you could steal it.
Yeah.
Legit, and then kill him after.
Yeah.
So I think the other thing I wanted to bring up, we spoke a little bit about settlement as well, is the power armor,
Yeah.
which was slightly different the way it was done in this game compared to the last
Yeah.
game. How do you think about, or what do you think about how that was handled?
I quite like the power arm actually. I didn't mind it. I mean, the thing about it was I felt I had to tell myself to use it because I could have quite happily gone without it, but I wanted to make sure I kept using it to sort of get the full sort of experience, I guess.
I feel like giving you power armor in the first couple of seconds kind of defeats the whole point of power armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Like in the other games, you had to work to get
Yeah.
your power armor,
Yeah.
and it meant a lot when you got it. You just stumble across it all the time. I found so many sets of armor. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, kind of store it.
I mean, you see like pictures of people who have built their own house and they've got 20 power armors. I mean, in the
That's
like,
literally what I did.
Yeah.
I had like an Iron Man shelf.
I've
of
got 8.
power armors.
Yeah, I've got 8, I think. But yeah, I totally agree with you, Joe, on that. They just give you it within a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very true.
Just straight away.
And then you go
like,
instantly kill a death
It's
claw,
pretty
like,
much the
it's nothing.
Yeah, it's like the first thing you
Level
do.
2.
The first real mission.
Death claw dealt with, no problem.
yeah, that is kind of weird. I hope they revert back to what they did before, because it did feel like a sense of like achievement, like getting the power armor.
I want Obsidian to do the next one
Yeah.
to see what their response is to this.
Obsidian needs to make Alpha Protocol 2. You guys probably have no idea what that is.
I remember you talking about Alpha.
I remember seeing the
Protocol.
picture of it, like
It's like the first ever RPG spy stealth game. And do you know what? It was brilliant. It was brilliant. But never mind. Obsidian, get on. I don't know who owns that. Sega.
Yeah, good old
Your favourite.
Sega.
Look out for that Kickstarter in
Where's
2021.
the Dreamcast 2?
I wasn't on Dreamcast.
The up.
It was on PS3 because I had trophies for it.
Oh, okay.
I lent it to my friend actually. He never gave it back. No, he didn't. Okay. That's what I'm doing after this
Cutting it
podcast. Getting back for Alpha Protocol. One more thing I want to bring up about Fallout 4 is, should Nick Valentine get his own game? He was fantastic.
Did you do all his side stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do?
What was his thing? What was his buff at the end? That's how I can remember. I can never remember. I don't think I did it for him actually.
I think it gave you another hacking attempt. Maybe.
I don't know. I can't remember. To be fair, what was his final mission? What was his?
You had to go around and collect a load of these holotapes from all the police stations because you're trying to crack the case of.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
It was really good.
That's what it sounds like.
It was very good.
Yeah, we need to bust these joints. I don't know. Whatever. I thought he was brilliant. He was the best companion. Why would you take anyone else with you?
I quite like Curie.
She was alright. She was
Yeah.
quite funny. Actually.
I quite like Codsworth at the start just because I thought he sounded funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise I could take him with me.
Yeah, I thought he was really quite good.
He was well too.
He was YOLO is what he was. Like he sees people and he's like flame on, and he just goes mental.
He would always disapprove of stuff I was doing, so I had to let him go.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Strong was like that as well. Didn't like
Yeah,
anything.
Oh,
Really annoying.
yeah. I
So you
forgot
get in
about
power armor
Strong.
and he's like disliked. I'm like, fuck off, mate. Like,
Who else is there?
Dog, obviously. Dog meat.
Dog meat.
He doesn't judge you. He's a nice
He's
little
a ledge,
follower.
isn't he? Yeah.
Second best dog of the year.
Did you ever take the Irish chick out? Mag, was her name Mag?
Kate.
Kate.
Yeah, it was Kate.
Kate. Yeah, sometimes. She
I
was
took
quite
her out a
funny.
little bit, yeah, she was alright.
Yeah. Piper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's like the first proper companion you
Yeah.
get. She's alright. It's a bit weird, but
Yeah.
I feel like Nick Valentine was the
You
cream
were-
of the
yeah.
crop.
He was good to have around.
I just thought he was fantastic. I just love his voice. There's some detective work. Anyway, we'll stop that. Any more on Fallout 4 before I go insane with Nick Valentine impressions?
I think that about covers it.
So what do they need to do, Bethesda, before they move on to Elder Scrolls? Because I kind of feel like the public, in general, is at a point where this sort of style is petering out and becoming a bit boring. Because the last 5 games they've made, well, okay, they didn't make New Vegas, but Fallout 4, New Vegas 3, Skyrim and Oblivion, all kind of the same thing, just iterating
Yeah.
on each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. It's just like it's basically like it's like the next version of it. It's not
Different
like
areas of the
a
same
specific
world.
world. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess the question is, did they try something completely fresh? That's not a Elder Scroll or a Fallout game. Essentially, try something new.
Like a new, I don't know. I think they're okay doing another Elder Scrolls, but it,
I mean,
it just
oh,
has to be a
yeah.
new system. It can't be like the whole.
New engine, new everything.
Yeah. Well, was Fallout 4 not running on a new engine?
No, it was the same one as
Was it? Yes,
they've
because
been using forever.
that makes sense.
I guess
yeah.
that's the big step, isn't it?
I also think Fallout 4 originally started on PS3 and 360.
That would make sense.
They're going to
because
start working on it, kind of thing, and then
They
they're like,
apparently Fallout 4 was being worked on from 2009.
really?
So I think it got to a point where they were like, "Oh shit, these new consoles are coming out. Just make it look better. Chuck an extra 20 points on the end of
Yeah.
that code or whatever." So maybe that had a thing with it as well, but
I guess that would be the next step, really. It's like when games are sort of get their specific engines for the new console sort of thing, they can take it out that next sort of level.
I kind of hope that Cyberpunk from CD
what
Projekt
was
Red
it?
It's going to be amazing, by the way.
comes out the same year as the next Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
I'm all in on Cyberpunk, by the way. That appeals
That's more
to me.
your cup of tea.
Yeah.
That appeals to me.
Less Dungeons and Dragons, more
Yeah,
It does look very cool.
more
Deus
just
Ex
fucking
kind of.
Deus
Yeah.
Ex, RoboCops, and just whatever else. Kojima's saying the
Kojima.
enders. Whatever. That stuff appeals to me. But yeah, so I think we'll end our little Fallout 4 chat on that, which leaves us with one topic left.
The mighty Wii U.
The Wii U. I think it's safe to say, as sad as it kind of is, that 2015 was the last year that the Wii U will be Nintendo's main focus, along with the 3DS.
Is it their main focus now? Hard to believe.
That's kind
I kid.
that's harsh. That's harsh.
But seriously.
Yeah.
So, what do we think about the Wii U? It's 3 years, just over 3 years old.
shortest lifespan of console ever.
The first year there wasn't really anything released either.
Yeah, so you can't really count that either. is it?
Yeah, that was...
They're like, don't worry, Zombie U.
That's all you need for a year.
The launch lineup was okay.
Yeah.
It was the dry spell after the launch lineup that was just.
What did you have? You had Nintendo Land, Zombie U. Now I'm struggling.
Pikmin. Was that? No, that wasn't.
No, that was the one that ended the drought.
Yeah, that was the.
Mass Effect 3. Assassin's Creed 3. It's all come back to me now. How could we forget Batman Arkham City?
Yeah.
Whatever edition.
Their exclusive
it was.
DLC.
Yeah.
Was it Armoured Edition or Electra? I don't know.
A Water edition.
What's her edition?
The legend.
He's a legend. He is a legend. I don't think he was Batman, no.
No.
Yeah, and then Pikmin 3 and Wonderful 101 was about 6 months later, after that initial launch. I mean, what happened? Why did the Wii U fail?
Because they built a console and then they were like, oh shit, we forgot about games.
They didn't market it very well, I don't think.
No.
But they don't market anything really, so
That is true.
you can't really fault them for that.
Can't be fault being terrible at that. Yeah. I mean, when you have a console revealed to games journalists and they are not even sure if it's a console or a controller or what, right there, day one, hour one, you have an issue.
Yeah.
And they never righted that wrong.
Yeah, the gamepad was probably the worst thing about this whole system, I'd say, personally.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea behind it, I guess.
It's too big and it kind of feels cheap. And I don't know.
But that's
my issue
exactly
with
the point. I felt like it felt cheap. It was strange, right? Because when you play Mario Kart on the gamepad solo, it looks pretty nice. It's surprising that it looks that good on it.
Yeah.
But the actual thing itself, it feels terrible. And I don't like holding that either. Like, it feels like whenever you bang out the Wii U and we say, yeah, let's do a bit of free 4-player Mario Kart, if you're stuck with a gamepad, you're at a disadvantage.
That's harsh.
It's true.
no one ever wanted the gamepad. I always end up with the gamepad.
When you've got the Pro controllers, it's just, why would you use the gamepad ever?
Yeah, the Pro controllers are brilliant.
Yeah, they did well with them. Like, I mean, they knew, they were like, yeah, let's do a Pro controller. Okay, cool. Why can't I just use this for everything?
But then they force you to use the...
That's the second problem, isn't it?
I already know that when Twilight Princess HD arrives in the post, I'm going to have my coffee table, I'm going to set the gamepad up on the coffee table, on the stand, for my inventory, and I'm going to use the Pro Controller.
Yeah.
Because that is the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I will not have it any other way.
Unless they're like, no, yes, you will use the gamepad.
So, I mean, if the name was different, would that have affected anything, do you guys think?
What, other than the Wii U? Do you mean, like...
If it was called the Nintendo...
The Iwata.
The Nintendo Miiwata.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That sounds like a good console to me. I'm getting in there.
Would the Wii U have had the same issues? Would it have had different issues? Would people still not have been bothered about it?
I still think we have the same issues. I think like the name was terrible, but I don't think it was their biggest problem. It was just among the list of problems that like.
Just everything about the run up to the launch was just badly managed.
Yeah.
Even like the end of the E3 where they have the fireworks
Oh yeah. One more thing.
going off. I was like, is this supposed to be good or what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think a name change would have helped much, but.
I mean, to be fair to the Wii U, as it went on, obviously that initial 7 month drought was horrendous.
Yeah.
It has had, arguably, the best games of the generation so far.
It had great games. When they came, they did well.
It's the Dreamcast of this generation.
I don't know about that. That's definitely
That's how
not
I
that.
feel. It's like there are all these good games, but I was like, I don't really want to buy them.
Do you know what? It's interesting you bring up Dreamcast actually, because there was a lot of people who compare Wii U to Dreamcast, and you're totally wrong. Totally wrong. Dreamcast had great games month in, month out.
Okay.
Like this is the difference. Dreamcast is constantly great game after great game after great game after great game. And you saw a point through that timeline where Sega just went, we got no money, fuck it, just do whatever you want. And then out came Jet Set Radio, out came like drug-inducing shit like Choo Choo Rocket, out came 18-wheeler Pro American Trucker, which was also fun. the Wii U, Nintendo just poorly planned the whole thing because of that game release schedule. And I kind of think a little bit towards the end, they just went, screw it. What have these guys in the corner got? Oh, they're playing around with people painting each other. Oh, just make it into a game. Third person, do it. Multiplayer only? Yeah, fine, do it.
Yeah.
Ship it.
I think that's the thing though, like you just said, that initial drought, that 6 month drought that you had, you lost people like Joe. After that 6 months, there was no way Joe was going to play a game on the Wii U again. Like, that was it. That was it.
Trade me.
It had a chance and it's gone. And I feel like a lot of people will look at it that way. It's like, I bought the console, there was nothing on it for like however long. Why would I give it a go now? And that's the sad thing, because some of the games they did bring out were really quite good.
Bayonetta 2.
Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. I think they did great with Mario Kart.
Mario 3D World.
They fucked up the battle mode though. Just gotta say it.
True.
I don't
Why would they think that's
understand.
a good idea?
I don't want a course. I need a battle arena.
I don't know how you're supposed to find each other.
It needs to be
Yeah.
a equal kind of setting. You know, that's how it is always and should be. But
And then you've even got recent things like Splatoon and I was going to say Rocket League then, Mario Maker.
yeah,
You know, they're absolutely brilliant. And there's even little games on the Wii U
don't
eShop.
forget Wally. Yeah, Josh's Woolly World.
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Captain Toad.
Captain Toad. I still want to get that. It looks so much fun.
I still want Josh's
It
Woolly World.
does. So, yeah, I mean, it did eventually have games, but it was definitely far too little too late. Now, Joe, you bring up the issue about the controller. Now, early speculation about the NX's controller looks like it's going to be gamepad-like, but in a bit more of a futuristic form, shall we say.
Oh god, it's going to be terrible, isn't it?
When you showed me like the little, was it like a pattern thing that you
Yeah,
showed me?
it's on the site now, actually.
When I saw that, I was just a bit like, what is it? That's pretty much was my reaction.
It
I
was,
was like,
a bit
what is
like
it supposed to be?
I mean,
It's comfortable to hold, and
So that's the thing with the gamepad. It's just I feel like your hands have to be so far apart from each other, which I just find weird. Whereas it was just like big, but you know you're not stupid. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, my son's 5 years old. He's almost 6, and even he has issues with sort of picking it up and that. And he always goes to the Pro Controller. I mean, we've got the painting in front of us there, which shows a nice little character running through. I don't know. It looks like he's running on a river with trees and rocks at the side. But anyway.
So how do you reckon it'll work? Like you can see it on your controller like that, and it's on your TV as well, or
I'd imagine if they go with the handheld / home console hybrid thing, that controller you can take with you. So
Yeah.
kind of like how the Wii U is now, except you wouldn't need a 3DS. You would take that controller with you to work on the bus or
could
whatever.
you use your 3DS in the Wii U?
No.
That would have been a cool feature.
I think there might be one game.
there are some things you can do it for. Like I can't remember what, but I'm pretty
There
sure.
is one game I think you can. It might be Mario Kart.
Yeah, I was thinking Mario Kart, but I'm not
But
sure.
you can't use it how you would think
Oh.
you'd be able to use it, sort of, basically.
Which is a shame because that, like you said, that would have been a cool little feature, really.
Yeah, so the idea, it looks like from the patents for the new controller, is that screen is going to fit around buttons and sticks. So
It just sounds weird,
Just
doesn't
gonna
it?
let that sink in for a minute.
to be fair, it's not as weird as when the Steam controller was revealed.
Yeah, that's true. That was I think the first time I saw that, I was like, what? What am I looking at? But to be fair, that's kind of cool. Like,
I wouldn't mind giving one a go.
Yeah, like,
I wouldn't
I'd
want to
like-
purchase one like straight up.
I'd like to try it and just see what it feels like.
Are we talking about Steam controller?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now.
Right, okay.
Not this.
I thought it was
Oh yeah,
Nice.
obviously, once we can get our hand on these, but we'll have to see. But
Let's remember though, Nintendo invented the D-pad. They pretty much invented the analog stick. So,
yeah, these are the people that always gave you the Wii U.
well,
I don't know. I'm optimistic as I always am for.
They invented the analog stick. How could they not fit two on the?
That's very true. So like, don't worry, we finally cracked it, boys. We have a micro analog stick in the top right corner.
yes. That is crazy. That is very true. That is ridiculous. But I'm quite excited for the NX. Let's talk about the NX now, seeing as we're going there anyway, aren't we? Because the Wii U's recent calendar's been quite sort of sparse. Zelda's been delayed. No news on Metroid.
Delayed inevitably,
No.
as in going to be pushing it to the NX.
Well, yeah, I mean, have
It makes sense now,
Nintendo
doesn't
just
it, really?
just abandoned the Wii U and just moved everything to NX?
It would make more sense in my eyes. Because what's left to come out on the Wii U? Star Fox. That's it.
No,
That I can think of.
there's one more. I have no idea. Clearly memorable
And,
title.
and it's like, even with Star Fox, it's like, I'd rather you just put it on the NX. And there's more likelihood of them showing me an NX, showing some games, and me being like, I'd rather play that than a Wii U.
I think they have to release something on the Wii U though
Yeah.
to appeal to those people
Mm.
because Wii U is a very young console. When you think about it, it's three
Yeah,
years
it is,
old.
Yeah.
It should have lasted a lot longer than it has.
So should the Dreamcast, but anyway.
But I guess, I mean, at the same time, it's like, well, at least fair play to Nintendo for realising they have to do something else.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, you know, because at the end of the day, Nintendo could probably have ridden the Wii U for a couple more years and been financially fine.
Limped along.
It wouldn't have been a problem for them, really.
I think the bigger issue for Nintendo is that people who played Nintendo systems at a younger age, like us, I guess, in a way, are now at the age where they have moved on to PlayStation now. And the people that are like younger than us didn't grow up playing Nintendo,
Yeah.
so they don't have a reason to play Zelda.
They have no nostalgia for those old school games. I mean, do you know what was interesting though? Like, you know, well, a while back when Nintendo said they were going to do more mobile games.
Yeah.
So I feel that would be a much better market for them. Like, you know, because earlier today, right, we were watching the beach, when you just walked in.
Yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio was playing on his old school classic Game Boy, which had D-pad and 2 buttons. You can do D-pad and 2 buttons so easily on a mobile. So it's just like, they could just give the sort of classic games they used to do, and I would definitely play that, you know.
I feel like games that do a D-pad and 2 buttons on mobile suck though because of the touchscreen.
Yeah.
It's not.
It doesn't
good.
work like
No.
a D-pad and that, but, you know, who knows.
They should try and... Well, they are, aren't they? So
They're going to try and do something else. I guess we'll have to see.
they are definitely. So, I mean, are you guys going to be buying an NX on launch?
I need to see it.
I'm not buying it on launch. I can promise you that.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
I need to see it and then I can make a decision. I can't say yes or no because if they show me Zelda and it looks amazing, I'll be like, yeah. But if they don't and it looks weird, I'm like, So I'm on the fence right now.
As someone who's never played Zelda, I don't feel like...
That's crazy, man. That's crazy talk. I was thinking today, actually, the Wii U is the first sort of console where you've had the ability to have, I think, every Zelda on it and play every Zelda.
And I haven't wanted to.
That's because you don't know.
I don't know what I'm missing. And it's too late for me now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the thing, like, you won't be able to play the old school Zeldas and have the nostalgia that you would have done from, like, when we played them years and years ago.
Well, this is what we just talked about, like the nostalgia value.
I think that's the big part of Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they haven't really made anything new for a very long time. Like, well, they have, that's not fair to say.
Even like, they did release a new Mario Party as well, didn't they?
Yeah, that was terrible.
But
Yeah.
I used to love Mario Party. That was like my favourite game.
Yeah, me too.
On Nintendo. Because they're so much fun.
It was Mario Party, GoldenEye, and Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Those are the three I used to like love on the N64.
Yeah, that was my youth.
But yeah, they just, I don't know. It's almost like people are afraid to go back to like a winning recipe.
But I don't know if that winning recipe works now.
That's very true.
That's the thing.
We want, again, it's the same thing. We want it because it's a nostalgia sense. We want it to be the way we remember it.
Yeah, but if you're going to play a board game, you don't want to all be in the same spot
Oh
all
yeah,
the time.
yeah. It is stupid. I did not disagree, but yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Nintendo are a strange.
And they do what they
bunch,
want.
aren't they? Like, yeah. I take it you're going to be in day one, Craig.
Yeah. I'm more into the NX than VR.
Yeah, for sure. If
Yeah.
I had the choice between Nintendo or
What do-
VR.
Especially if we are talking NX day one, Legend of Zelda. I'm like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah.
Or
It
2
was
weeks off.
Legends of Zelda
work,
VR.
whatever. No, yeah. I would love that, but there's no way Nintendo are doing the VR thing.
No.
As crazy as those guys
So what
are.
do you reckon? Oh, well, obviously it's going to be a hard question to answer, but what do you reckon they'll price it at? Like, even though we haven't seen
Yeah,
anything like that. Yeah.
Well, if you look at Nintendo's history, I mean, they try not to price too high.
That's what I mean. Like, because
What's the PS4 at now?
How much was the Wii U?
250 wasn't it? Or did we pay 300? I can't remember.
It was, I don't know. I got like the super mega bundle.
So do I, yeah, but I think
It's
it
like
was
500.
you could get the white one, which was
Was it
such
not
and such a price, and then there was the
$2.99?
black one, which was
The
like
white
50
one
quid
just-
more.
The white one just wasn't enough, though, was it?
No, it was basically like you can buy it for $2.50, but you ain't gonna
I
get
think
shit.
the white one was $2.50. The black one was $300.
And I think I paid like $3.50 because I got some bundle.
I think $2.50,
Zombie
$300.
bundle.
Yeah, I got the zombie bundle in some of the game.
I think $2.50, $300 is kind of where they'll want to go again
Yeah.
as well. But obviously, we need to see what
Yeah,
the
we need to see
console
it.
is.
When do you reckon we'll see it? When do you reckon they'll be like, here it is, or here's something like to get excited about? Because they say they want it out this year, so they've got to show it soon, surely.
we're due a Nintendo Direct. From like the sources,
I love
Great.
it.
they're
Can't wait.
due a Nintendo
I can
Direct.
see Joe's eyes light up right there.
So
It's not the same though, because I don't get a whack saying hello.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's,
I mean, sources are saying that this NX is out this year, so possibly like September. If that's the case, you kind of need to get talking about it.
yeah,
Pretty
definitely.
sharpish.
Is there any big kind of like conferences or anything coming up? Obviously,
GDC is March, and then you have E3
E3.
in June. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
How did they announce the Wii U? It was a direct, wasn't it?
It was E3.
It was E3. Okay.
That's the
I
thing
think
as well.
they have to announce before E3.
I think it has to be as
I
well.
think they need to announce the console before E3 and then talk about games at E3.
Yeah,
They
I
can't like show the console off for like 2 hours at E3 and be like, "Here's a couple of games and that's it." No, I need to be convinced before E3.
yeah. I mean, when they announced the 3DS, I'm pretty sure I'm right in thinking they just released a press statement saying, "Here's something called the 3DS. We'll talk more about it at E3." They can't do that. They can't do that.
Yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
mate.
Just setting yourselves up to fail.
You say they can't do that, but
Well, I mean, that console went
They
on
could
to
do-
like sell millions. So
Yeah.
what do I know?
the funny
But-
thing about Nintendo, it's like they know some stuff and they like just nail it with like the 3DS stuff like that. I mean, it would sell like a dream, but then they do the Wii U. It's like,
Saying that, even the 3DS had those issues at the start, didn't it? That had no games
Mate, I
either.
remember when me and you like first bought a 3DS. I sold it. Years later, bought it again because finally there were some games.
Yeah.
On it. But I remember when I first bought the 3DS, I wanted Luigi's Mansion. 2 years later, finally got it.
Was it worth the wait?
It was actually good. Like, I did like Luigi's Mansion, and then when I did have it, I had like Luigi's Mansion, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, Fire Emblem. What else did I have? Animal Crossing. That was good for a little while as well. So I had a good little collection of games, and then after that, I went quiet again. And I was like,
Okay, there you go. So the final bit here is, I don't know what I'm going to call it, kind of a light-hearted stories. These are just random stories I've picked up over the past 3 months in video games, and two are kind of similar. I don't know, it's kind of weird how to introduce these. So we've got CCTV footage that shows a man wearing a red beanie hat and a black coat pleasuring himself in front of a PlayStation 4 in an electronics store. As you can see here,
Oh
we
my
have
God.
the pictures of the man doing said thing, and I'll put these in the article, but you can see the man here.
We got a GIF as well.
Yeah, there is
Lovely.
a GIF. I don't know what electronic store it is. I can only imagine
Probably America,
it
isn't
was America. I don't know what game that is.
I love how we just assume that.
Do you recognise a title screen that looks like that?
I can't really tell what that is.
We're looking far too closely at this picture.
of this man doing unspeakable things to
He
him.
clearly doesn't have a PS4 at home, so he just needs to, get his pleasure
It's
filled
just
in.
weird. Like if
I
you're-
feel weird's an understatement, mate.
if you're the manager behind the counter, you spot this. You tell your colleague, "Hey, go and stop that man pleasuring himself."
You wouldn't go yourself, let's be honest.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. What would you do as your mind's walking up to this guy? What do you say? I'm like, oh, what should I say to him?
You're gonna fucking laugh, mate.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind stopping what you're doing?
I'm sorry, this is a wank-free zone.
exactly. And the other one, it was a man was arrested in Pennsylvania in a Target store for urinating all over video games.
Alright.
What video games? I'm not sure. Do we have pictures? No, we don't. We have pictures
We have
of
a
the
picture
man
of the man in question.
in question who originally fled the scene. I'll read the article here from Kotaku. Anel, oh God, I'm regretting this already. Mujkanovic, Mr. Mujkanovic took a handicap electric cart, drove around the store before coming to a stop in the electronics aisle. After removing one set of urine-soaked pants, he exposed himself and began to urinate on video games
Oh,
and
God.
accessories.
Was it just where he ended up, or was he purposely weeing on video games?
Well, he's gone in the store using
He
this...
drove around a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah,
So-
he's clearly looking for...
Okay.
What game would he urinate on? The Witcher 3. I'm sorry.
He's gone too far, Craig.
How do we know?
So, yeah, but he says he fled the scene at first, but then he turned himself in. He thought, you know what? I shouldn't have pissed all over those games.
That was a dick move of me.
I need to, hand myself in. So
What was his punishment for that?
he was charged with open lewdness, public drunkenness, and disorderly conduct. And we don't know what happened to him. So I don't know.
What drives people to do these things?
The Witcher 3.
Oh.
No.
Basically, if you're a local game store employee, be on the lookout for a man wearing a green hoodie on a mobility scooter.
Again, imagine if you have to clean that up.
I remember that one time working in the infamous Ladbrokes back in the day.
Yep.
And it was me and Faye on a late shift. It must have been like 7, 8 o'clock. And I'm just sitting there. And suddenly this questionable looking character walks in.
Yep.
To say the least. And he's sat at the machine, he's playing away. And then he's obviously lost some money on the machines. He's gone and sat down at the little table that we have in the middle of the room.
As you do.
As he does. And suddenly Faye's like, do you smell that? And I was like, yeah, I do actually. So like piss. And she's like, go have a look. And I looked at it and I said, no. And she said, go get some air freshener and spray it around him. So again I said, no. And I said to her, Faye, there is no chance in hell that I am going near it. So then eventually she walked over and she'd go with this mate, he'd pissed on this chair while sitting there playing games. Just
As you do.
just pissed himself. Then he just waddled over to the table. Probably left a bit of a piss-stained pants on there as well.
That's disgusting.
And this is the kind of people we deal with in society.
Did you hear about Luke the other day?
What happened to him?
Where he was in there and this woman brought a dog in, the dog shat on the floor. Do you not know about
It is
this?
unfortunate.
Yeah.
The thing is, Luke doesn't even clear the shit up from his own cat, let alone someone else's dog in the shop. Like,
I think he did clean it up, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't have a choice.
Well, it didn't. It was either sit there with this dog smell for 10 hours
Yeah, that's true.
or whatever. And the final story, we'll come to it. There's no penises involved in this last bit. But there is a Final Fantasy character involved.
Alright.
So, thanks to Telegraph, they interviewed Lightning from the Final Fantasy series.
Oh yeah?
A real interview
Yeah.
with a video game character.
Yeah.
You know, she
I
said...
feel like they could have chosen a much more interesting character to interview.
Well, the reason for the interview is that she is modelling Louis Vuitton
I did see this.
clothes.
I haven't seen this.
Here she is modelling just sort of a jacket.
So is the idea that young girls will see this and be like, that Lightning character?
I want to be a video game character.
Yeah, I'm going to go in the store and say I want the Final Fantasy Lightning look.
You know,
please.
I mean, she says things like, let me see here. She has a lot to learn and catch up with other radiant women
Oh my goodness.
who are light years away from where she stands. But
Oh,
she does
I
hope.
like what she did there.
She hopes that one day that her and other women can share the same stage,
Oh, really?
and different worlds will come together.
See, if I was gonna, this is an interesting question. If you could interview any games character, obviously Lightning's taken, so we'll have to eliminate her.
It wouldn't be Lightning.
As much as I know we all want to grab that one, who would it be? Who would be your number one video game character you can interview?
This is a very difficult question.
Wrong now. I mean, there's so many options, so many choices.
So I think I quite like either Kratos, because I think it'd be funny. I
He just shout at you. And
Yeah,
then
but,
rip
I
your head
feel
off.
like I feel like I could prod him. You know, I could prod him with questions and just get him angrier and angrier, and just make it an entertaining show. Or if not,
Your last show.
If not, I would get Ezio just for legendary value. You know?
Ezio would be interesting because he's kind of like a celebrity anyway.
Yeah.
My first thought was Solid Snake, but I don't think that would be that interesting. And then I thought about Sonic because then he can walk us through the glory years.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then when he turned to drink and drugs and it all went horribly
Yeah.
wrong. Who else?
Master Chief would have some good jokes to crack.
Yeah.
And then he'd leave halfway through the interview. And he'll come back in
Or
4 years'
maybe
time.
someone like Nathan Drake. I'm sure he'd be a fun interview.
Yeah. They're all human characters, aren't they? Is there any non-human characters? Oh, I said Sonic, didn't I? But
What about the guy at the end of Mass Effect 3? The one that saves you before going in the light?
Oh, the little kid.
No,
that's what I thought you were talking about.
No, before that. Before you go up into the Citadel. You're going down through the light and everyone's dying around you. And this one
I'm trying to remember
guy
that.
beams
Marauder
down.
Shields.
Marauder Shields.
Oh,
That's the
Yes,
one.
what a legend.
Marauder Shields, alright, yeah.
Tried to save us from a terrible ending.
He knew.
There'd be some good Mass Effect characters, actually, yeah. I could interview Grunt, that'd be fun.
A grunt.
Yes.
I keep looking at this interview.
You haven't mentioned your detective.
Yeah, mate, I was looking at Nick Valentine
Yes.
dropping.
Yeah, he'd be a great one. Because he's a detective and he knows things about death and that. But yeah, that's the last of our, I don't know what we call this segment. Light-hearted tales.
We can think of something better than that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we'll
I'm
get
sure
back
by next episode there'll be an official title.
for every single segment.
Yeah.
Well, the first one's got games we're casually addicted to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I was quite
I like
proud
that,
of
I like
coming
that.
up with that. I'm not going to explain it because I can't be bothered. So, I want to pick out a really juicy quote from Lightning here
To wrap us up.
to wrap us up, basically. So, on the question that Telegraph asked, what does it feel like to become a Louis Vuitton ambassador? Lightning's response was, my clothes were nothing more than armour to stay alive. Dressing up was a concept I've never had. I don't know.
That's some deep stuff, right?
It is quite deep. It is.
It doesn't really sound like she's endorsing it much, though. She's just kind of like, yeah, I had to wear it.
Well, she does say here it makes her feel excited, a feeling similar to when I venture to unknown lands. It's a thrill that I, who has faced my share of danger, have never experienced before. LV is a new adventure, a new fantasy that I will enjoy from the bottom of my heart.
This is terrible.
I can't wait till Lightning.
Who did this article, sorry?
This was the Daily Telegraph in the UK. I want to name and shame someone. Do we have Olivia Lidbury,
Can we...
who is not the fashion editor, she is the live fashion editor.
I feel like we should do our own interview of getting characters. I feel like that would be a funny little segment, you know.
We could.
The Telegraphs clearly know what's going on, you know.
Well, what else is the Telegraph's top news stories? How to wear underwear as outerwear.
Solid device.
In defence of Ugg boots and how to wear them. And 42 style tips to take from Kate Moss. So if you want to talk about fashion, I guess go to the Telegraph if you're interested in those sort of articles. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up now because we are rambling and talking about utter rubbish.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is it from us today. So thank you, Alex.
No problem.
Thank you, Joe.
Next time.
And we're out.